right, good late afternoon to everybody. Again, thanks for listening. TJ Trout over here. Another smoky day for all of you. Hope you're respirating well today. Oh, dude, I forgot about this. We need a moment of silence. Moment of silence for Bilbo Baggins. You see this? Okay, there's the moment of silence. Ian Holm, Lord of the Rings, known for his role as Bilbo Baggins in Lord of the Rings and in The Hobbit. He died this morning. So apparently had a long battle with Parkinson's disease. You know what else he was in? He was in Chariots of Fire, and then he was also in Alien. People don't talk much about his role in Alien. He was a really freaky in Alien. See, you didn't know he was a robot, but he turned out to be a robot. I don't remember if it was the first Alien or the second Alien. I don't remember. I think it was the first Alien. Drew, do you know? You don't know, do you?
No, that's probably before my time.
Yeah, Kit Missile. Do you know which Alien he was in? Do you know what I'm talking about?
What?
Yeah, never mind.
I don't think she was paying attention.
No, Bilbo Baggins died, okay? He's dead. He died this morning.
R.I.P.
Yes. You don't care, do you?
No, that is sad.
You didn't watch any. You didn't watch any of the Lord of the Rings movies.
You know what? I read the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could you be a human being on this planet and not have watched any of those movies?
Because I read the books, and movies are never as good as the books.
I read the books too, but I had to see the movies.
Well, aren't you just a better person than I am? Jeez.
Hey, did you see that Trump almost came out about aliens? You know what Pat Allen was talking about? Yeah. He says so many people ask me the question about Roswell. He says there's millions and millions of people that want to know, that want to see. I won't talk to you about what I know, but I will tell you it's very interesting. Roswell is a very interesting place with a lot of people that would love to know what's going on. That's all he told us. That wasn't enough. I mean, if you're going to go that far, come on, man. We want the rest.
Have you ever been to Roswell before?
Oh, yeah. We did. God, what was it? The 50th anniversary of of Roswell. We did our show from down there.
That's right. I remember that now.
I had a broken foot. I limped into the museum. I had a broken foot.
Or was it broken? Was it an alien invasion of the ankle?
No, it cured me, man. Something I did. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing about that though. On the 50th anniversary, that town was full of the largest assortment of freaks than I've ever seen in my life, with the possible exception of PornCon in Vegas.
Oh my God, you've been to PornCon? What?
Yeah. Some things I don't want to talk about. But look, it was a different time back then. I was a younger man. We were working over a rock station. We did all those things.
You're off the hook then.
All right, thanks. All right, listen, we got Cody on hold. We're going to get to him in a second. Talk about ghosts, ghost hunting coming up, and his books that he's just got done written. Cody Polston coming up, and Kit, 10 seconds, traffic. Hold on. And we're back. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. TJ Trout. We got Kit in the traffic room. We got Pat Allen in the newsroom. We got Drew behind the board. On the line with us is author, founder of Southwest Ghost Hunters Association. Oh, great. Ghostbusters. I love it. Cody Polston. I figured that it was going to get that. I was going to warn Drew not to play it.
That was my bad. Yeah. I just wanted to spread the love.
I thought you might get that was cute. That same response.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah, well, not that you've ever heard that before, Cody.
Yeah, only a million times. Yeah.
Yeah. So you seem to be like a Lord of the Rings kind of guy. So Ian Holmes passing. So
yeah, that's sad, man.
Yeah, well, he was 85.
Yeah, I really appreciate it now, though, too, because I just wrote my first fantasy novel. It took me over a year to do it, and so like that guy. Bilbo Baggins. Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah, but like I say, he's 85 years old, lived a good life. But which alien was he in? Was he in the first Alien?
That I don't know that.
Remember, he didn't know he was a robot, but then he started like throwing up all this white fluid out of his mouth at the end when he was dying. Why do I remember this?
Well, that's you, man. I don't know. The alien stuff I'm not so much into. I mean,
okay. All right. Hey, so listen, Cody. Good to talk to you. What have you been doing with yourself during the age of COVID? Have you been doing stuff?
Oh, I was an essential worker, so life hasn't changed that much for me. But I've been very productive on the writing side. 2019, I spent writing my first fictional book. It's called Tesla St. Brain, The Power Within. It's kind of a steampunk, paranormal, horror kind of story.
Yeah.
Got it out there, and then boom, the Roro hit. And, I haven't had a book signing with it yet. They keep getting delayed off because people can't get to the bookstores, to do signings, so.
Right. Well, maybe that'll loosen up. Maybe that'll loosen up a little bit,
I hope so. If not, maybe we'll figure out some way to do it online or something, but.
Yeah, sure.
But then I've also written Texas Most Haunted. That came out a couple of months ago. And that's kind of like the book we were talking about when I was in last time when we had New Mexico's Most Haunted Exposed. Same kind of book. It's just about Texas.
Okay, well, listen, I described you, and I've described you a lot lately, as almost more of a debunker these days. And how accurate is that?
Kind of. I mean, where I'm different is I've had weird things happen, so I'm not going to say that everybody that has seen a ghost or had a paranormal experience is crazy.
Yeah.
Something happens. I'm doubtful of whether it's actually the spirit of a dead guy or gal doing said thing, but, it's the bottom line. Do you want truth or do you want to just believe? And that's kind of always been my take on it. I'm going to research it. And if I can find probable cause that it's just a ghost story, that's what I'm going to put out.
Yeah. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, there's a scientific method, right? I mean, what you're going to do is you're going to eliminate all the BS, and then what remains is kind of creepy and interesting.
Right, exactly. And I think that's where the ghost shows got it wrong. They've been exposed more to kind of more of a positivism type of science where it's, I'll do this and this and this and this, and then that proves that it exists. It works in the exact opposite way. It's more eliminating, and then what remains is, okay, that's worth investigating, Well,
yeah, see, people, and you've said this a million times, so a lot of these ghost shows and haunted shows on TV, I mean, those are the things that sell, though, because people, number one, it's the old Mulder quote, I want to believe, so people want to see this stuff. And they're pushing the fantasy part of it. If you go with a true debunker, actually, if you're debunking things or you're finding ordinary explanations for the supernatural stuff, it's kind of a bummer for people.
It is. Yeah, and a lot of people are into it for entertainment. But that's kind of what led me to do this next book. We should have a book coming out next month. I got back with Bob Carter, who was vice president of Southwest Ghost Hunters for a long time. And initially, we're just going to update an old book that we wrote back in 2007, and then it just started turning into this bigger work. And we talk about a lot of that kind of stuff. A lot of people are into it for the entertainment, not for the science, and just kind of giving our 2 cents on that. And it went from being like a guide on how to ghost hunt to kind of this autobiography / guide thing, and it's going to be really cool. I'm kind of excited about it.
Well, see, I mean, you guys, and if I recall, of course I recall, because we did a lot of stuff with you over the years, and Bob was always there too. The two of you as a team, how can I put this? Were very entertaining, and I mean, you worked well together. You worked well. You played well off each other. And I'm not saying you're doing it for the entertainment value, but there was entertainment value there, Well, so watching you guys work.
What a lot of it is, Bob's a believer. I'm a skeptic, but we're friends. Right. So we're able to reach that middle ground together, and I think that's what was the entertaining element. Last time we talked, we were looking at doing a TV show, and we made a pilot. And it started going out to the networks, and then Corona hit, so that's on hold, so we don't know where that's going.
See, I was going, that's the direction I was going in, Cody, because I think the two of you, if you were going to get together and do something on TV, I think two of you would be great together. Because you be the skeptic, and him be, I believe, I think it'd work really well. So, I tell you what, I keep talking over you. I apologize. Got to tell you,
no worries.
Got to a traffic break. and then I want you to tell me some of the Texas stuff that you investigated in the Texas Most Haunted Exposed. Let me know what you found, and then I do want to talk to you about the book you did with Bob the Sane too as well. So
okay, cool.
All right, we got Kit Missile in 10 seconds, and I want to tell Kit ahead of time. Kit, you want to jump in? You got any questions or anything or comments? Please feel free.
Oh,
all right?
Cool. Okay.
Okay, we'll be back.
96.3 News Radio KKOB.
All right, we're back. Thanks for listening to TJ Trout. Also, Cody Polston, author, founder of the Southwest Ghost Hunters Association, has got Texas Most Haunted Exposed book out, among other books as well. Hey, Kit.
Lomas and Fort.
Okay, can't talk to her now. So, why Texas? I mean, you spent a lot of time in Texas, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I mean, we're the Southwest Ghost Hunters. We actually do the Southwest. Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. I've done stuff in Utah, Nevada, and we did quite a few investigations in Texas.
All right, so tell us about some of the Texas's more notorious haunted places that you've been to and researched.
I think in the book, the most famous one that we dealt with was the Marfa Ghost Lights.
Yeah.
So so we actually did a whole lot trying to figure out that phenomenon and researched it going back to the records, and it's, for example, they talk a lot about this goes all the way back to the late 1800s, and well, is that really true? Can I actually find a connection that far back? And I could not. It seems to be a lot of hearsay going on with that as far as that goes. But, we talk about, the different things. We try to explain it and different techniques that we use.
They actually exist, though, right? I mean, the lights are... tell people what those are.
In my opinion, it is basically the effect of a mirage happening at night because of the heat. And so you have car headlights, the effect of the mirage causing these lights that appear, to people, and they think they're ghost lights because of the way they move. But we had observation points all around. I mean, there's actually a real observation area designated by the state of Texas for you to watch those from.
Uh-huh.
We were not only there, we're up on the cliffs and looking around, and I do think it's cars from the highway combined with the effect of a mirage. So that's my opinion.
Okay. See, that's here I say you're bumming people out, Cody.
No, that's what I do, man.
I remember those from years and years ago. People talking about those things. So, in fact, you can read about those things also occasionally in magazines and stuff. So, What else? What else is out there that was interesting to you?
We did the Baker Hotel, and those people that know what I'm talking about. This is a big, huge deserted hotel. If I remember correctly, Bob called it 12 Stories of Haunted Fun.
Where is it?
It's in Mineral Wells, Texas, which is a little bit west of Dallas. All the big ghost hunting shows have been there because you're talking this huge building, and it's deserted. It's been abandoned for years. It's creepy. There's lots of ghost stories with it. And in fact, there's so much going on as far as what people are reporting. It actually became very difficult to investigate because you'd figure one thing out, well, here come 3 different more reports. So that's probably the longest chapter in the book, actually.
Well, what was going on there? What was going on inside there?
There's so many things. So, like, for example, one of there was I want to say a luggage carrier, bus boy, that kind of a thing. But there's an elevator shaft that goes down to the basement where the laundry was, and there was a bet that they could jump into the service elevator. So there's no real door on the service elevator. You go in, you close the little metal gate, and it goes up. Yeah. Well, they would send it up, and he tried to jump in and didn't make it, and basically got cut in half as the elevator was going up.
Oh, God.
And so they think his ghost is there. Mr. Baker, who is the guy that built the hotel, it supposedly had mob connections. And there's stories about, he wasn't getting along with the mob, they weren't getting their cut back. He also believed to have a mistress who is haunting a particular set of rooms up on the 7th floor. I mean, there's all kinds of...
Yeah.
So many ghost stories, it's ridiculous. But it's fun. It's fun to investigate all that.
All right. Well, what did you find? Is this a debunking story, or is this one that you couldn't figure anything out?
Well, if it's in a book that I have exposed on it, I'm probably debunking it.
Okay. Yeah.
The problem with this is there was a Baker Hotel in Dallas, and the stories between that and the one in Mineral Wells are getting confused. For example, one of the big stories of the Bakers is this woman that committed suicide by going to the top floor and trying to dive from the top of this huge hotel into the swimming pool. And this is one of their big ghost stories. You hear it on the ghost shows. The problem is it didn't happen there. It happened in Dallas. A woman went up and just committed suicide. She jumped off the top of the building.
Yeah.
But the stories, because it's the same name, same area, it got confused. So there's stuff like that. But some of the interesting stories, and when I'm talking about explaining these things, I can't prove it's not haunted. I can take the story and scrutinize the story, but I can't say that there's no ghost there. You know what I mean?
Right, sure.
So Bonnie and Clyde have been in this place. They're rumored to haunt it. I can't disprove they haunted. I can't disprove they were there. I can prove that. But, there's weird things that people experience, like the smell of chocolate. Another one is the smell of cigars. Apparently Baker likes cigars. I've smelled that, All
right.
So for everything that I find an answer for, there's always stuff that you can't figure out. But that's what makes it intriguing. That's what makes the whole mystery solving so much fun. And
okay,
you can go and figure it out.
All right, Cody, hold that point. We've got to take a break, but let's continue with this. We'll get back. I want to talk a little bit about New Mexico as well. A lot about New Mexico, actually. Cody Polston, author, founder of Southwest Goose Hunters Association. All right, Kit in 10 seconds, I think. All right, break. Hold on. I throw in a little rock occasionally. All right, welcome back. Thanks, TJ Trout here, along with Cody Polston, author, founder of Southwest Ghost Hunters Association. He's got Texas Most Haunted exposed out. He's got a New Mexico Most Haunted exposed out. What's the fiction you just wrote?
Tesla St. Vrain, The Power Within. It is book one of the Aether Storm Chronicles. Oh. So, yes.
Wow. Well, there you go. All right, we got to run down the hits. Just got Facebook by Sue. She said, "Well, he should go to the old prison in Santa Fe." Yeah. There's a eureka moment for you, huh? So what'd you do? You moved in there for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been there so many times. After a while, when we would go there, they got into the process of they've just given me a radio and go, okay, we're going to lock you in for safety reasons. Just give us a call when you want out. But, when we went, we had to get people security clearances and all this, background checks and all that just to even get in there.
Yeah, right.
So very, very familiar with the Santa Fe State Pen. So.
Well, that is a creepy place. When we went with you, is that one of the places where that's one of the places you still have a big question mark on, don't you? Because you really, have you been able to explain anything out there?
So that is in New Mexico's Most Haunted Exposed. My opinion is, I think a lot of it is there's really atrocious things that happened there, and it's very hard to separate the memory of that from what is really happening. It's hard not to go in there and not be affected by it.
Right. Sure.
So, I want to be honest. I went a little skeptical on it, but there were a few things that did happen that I cannot 100% explain. And they actually happened when I went there with you.
Right.
So...
Yeah, well, I always tell the story about the door slamming. Behind you and Bob, and scared the living hell out of you. And you could hear the entire thing. That was nuts.
What was weird about that is, we were at the other station when we did this, so they had the contest going on.
Right.
So I remember it very specifically because we heard noises. We thought, oh no, are the contestants here for the contest? Because we're not supposed to be around. To that station's credit, they wanted it legit. They did not want anybody, misinterpreting, anything. So we went, oh no, we're not supposed to be here. They're here. And we ran back to where the little safe place was. And then like, they're not here. They're 45 minutes out. Oh.
Right. so again, yeah, it wasn't them. So that was strange. So yeah, exactly. So what? Again, playing off the greatest hits of every place in New Mexico, which one does make you scratch your head the most?
The one that just permanently closed. Luna Mansion.
Oh, Luna Mansion. Yeah, we never did that.
We never did.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what makes me scratch my head. When I go back historically, I'm looking for consistency of reporting of ghosts throughout the years. The Luna Mansion has it. In fact, the ghost they think is haunting it, which is Josefita Otero, there's actually a recorded account of her seeing a ghost at the Luna Mansion. I mean,
wow.
It is nuts. I mean, if you go through it, I've talked to people that have worked there. I've done everything I could to debunk it, and there's just things that I can't figure out. And I've tried very, very hard. I wanted to put it in New Mexico Most Haunted book. I couldn't because I can't honestly figure out what the heck's going on.
Wow.
So,
interesting.
I don't know. Maybe they closed it. So look at the bright side. Okay, here we go. If the railroad doesn't go away by October, we do have a building that is empty.
Yes.
If we social distance, maybe we can do that.
Well, I'm thinking. No, that's what I was just thinking. I'm thinking you and me, and like we did last year at the little theater. I think we try to do Luna Mansion for Halloween this year. I think that's what we do. All right, Cody got to take another break. Got Kit Missile over here in 10 seconds. I want to ask you about your methodology and what the hell you think ghosts are. All right, hold on. All right, thanks for listening. A little off the rails today, talking about ghost hunting. We do it about a couple times a year. Cody Polston with us, author, founder of Southwest Ghost Hunters Association. All right, man. I mean, I asked you this question a whole lot. I asked the two different questions I asked you, and I got to cast you because I think your answer changes every once in a while when I ask you. So you kind of hit on this earlier. What are these things? You don't think they're dead dudes anymore, or could they be dead dudes? What are they?
You know, this is one of the chapters in the book that Bob and I are doing where we had to sit down and go, all right, let's define this. There's different theories of what people think they are. One is the spiritualist theory, which they are the ghost of dead guys. Okay? Yeah. The big thing to understand is there's been almost 100 years of research on this topic. It's not new. You know, parapsychology deals with this. For what we're doing, which is going to a place and trying to find stuff, the results of a lot of the surveys that they've done really suggest that that's not what it is. And the predominant, if you're going off the spiritualist theory, is it's going to be someone who has had a friendship with you or some kind of relationship, like a grandfather, dad, mother, whatever. That's where most of the ghost sightings occur. Yeah. Okay, if we're going off the studies. If you're talking people, you know, going into a place and seeing a ghost, according to the studies, we're talking like 4%. So it's very, very rare, but not impossible. My personal idea is, you know, and I always try to keep an open mind. I read what's coming out. There's a great thing out there called the Journal of Scientific Discovery, Journal of Scientific Exploration, which you can Google and find out. All the latest articles about paranormal and stuff are coming out in that. I don't know. I mean, part of it might be, have you heard of the God gene before?
Yes, but probably a lot of other people have not.
They've discovered a gene that if you have it, you're spiritual. If you do not, you're not spiritual. Maybe it's related to that, or is there a ghost gene? Something that if you have it, you are more either receptive to something or whether it's something going on in the mind. But it could be something as simple as that. It's genetic, how we experience things.
Ah, that's really interesting.
Well, it could be worldview. A believer obviously could see a shadow and go, "Oh my God, it's a ghost."
Right.
Or someone who's skeptic is going, "Well, that's a shadow caused by the car going by, blocking the street light coming in."
Right.
It could be, you know what I mean? But it's still worthy of investigation, I think. I mean, it's fun to do, the mystery elements there, and especially, when you can talk about the history of places. That's what I'm really into.
Oh, I know. I love going into these old buildings and looking around. I mean, it's fascinating to me. All right, I'm gonna even get you weirder on the other side of this traffic. All right.
Okay.
So hang with me, Cody. Okay.
I'm hanging, dude. I'm hanging.
All right, man. Kit Missile coming up 10 seconds.
Your current temp in the Duke City is 87 degrees, and in Santa Fe, 85 degrees on News Radio KKOB.
All right, Cody, we're going to end with this. You can laugh as much as you want. Okay. Well, first is all right. You've heard weirder stuff, but first of all, what are the other explanations you used to give? Is well, maybe you said that person observing it might actually be the originator of it, meaning that they are projecting stuff into whatever.
Right. That's parapsychology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're doing it. So they're whatever it is they're seeing is they're making themselves see it. All right. All right. Here's the weird question, and I won't ask you another weird question like this again. What if?
I heard that before.
Yeah. Listen. All right. And y'all can think I'm crazy. What if time? Okay. What if time has a memory?
Actually,
what if you can imprint something on time, and it just stays there for a while?
So one of the things that I was talking, there's different theories. One of them is called place memory, and it is somehow time is being imprinted in the environment, and we're perceiving through some unknown means this imprint. Have you ever heard of the Stanley Hotel up in Colorado? It's like one of these really big, famous haunted places.
What'd you call it again?
The Stanley Hotel.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes, that's Shining. Sure.
One of the more interesting stories that came out of that place is it was a woman that was working there. She went into the ballroom, and when she opened the doors expecting an empty room, there were all these people dressed in early 19th century garb. They're dancing and they're hanging out like there's a party.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, whoops. She backs out, closes the door, goes to the front desk, and says, hey, you didn't tell me there was a party going on. I just opened the doors, We're like,
yeah.
What are you talking about? There's no party going on in here. So there's a problem trying to explain that scientifically because it kind of defies many laws of science.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility. That's another one.
Yeah. Well, see, I wasn't too far-fetched then, was I?
No, you weren't. You were actually knocking on the door of one of the predominant theories that's out there.
And you know why too? And because I'm going to give you one more story. Because my grandmother, right at when they were living in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the story she tells us, her one ghost experience was, they were in their house. It was right on the street. And she hears noise. She thinks she hears music coming from outside. She opens the door, opens the window, and looks out, and she sees a marching band going by.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go away.
Like go away, like they suddenly.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah, they're gone. Poof, gone. She's either crazy or what?
Well, I mean that's actually kind of consistent with what a lot of people. With that whole theory of place memory. And the interesting part is the place memory thing is actually being promoted a lot by parapsychology. So, who knows, man?
Yeah. See, man, I'm not as dumb as I look.
Well, you never know. I mean, dude, we could. The idea is we just have to find the right place one of these days and actually experience something together, and then we could come on and go. All right, we both saw this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean? Well, listen. Let's work on the Luna Mansion. Let's see if we can do this. Even if we got to wear masks, we can wear masks and go in there. We'll do whatever we need to do. We'll do that this fall and see what we find out. We'll both work on it. I'll work on it from my end. You will work on it from your end, and we'll see what we can get. All right. Hey, listen.
Good.
All right, cool. Your books again. You got the Texas Most Haunted Exposed, New Mexico Most Haunted Exposed. The fiction again is called
Tesla St. Brain, The Power Within. And by the way, if you want in my books, there's a local business that does sell all of my books is Page One over on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Yeah.
They just reopened. I know they have a good stock of a lot of my books, including the history book I wrote called Wicked Albuquerque. Yeah, go by, help them out, man. They're really struggling right now.
Right. Always interesting having you on, man. I think for believers and non-believers, just always good stories.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, talk to you soon. Cody, thanks so much. All right, take care. Have a good weekend, buddy. All right, Cody Polston, author, founder of Southwest Ghost Hunters Association. It's TJ Trout, 96.3 News Radio, KKOB. Hold on.